Hey, what is up, guys? Let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever had a conversation in your head that sounded totally perfect, but then when you opened your mouth, you sounded a broken bar, kind of like a robot? You know what I mean, right? You freeze up, you say every single word separately, and it just feels super awkward. It's the worst feeling. You want to sound chill, you want to sound cool, but the words just don't flow. Well, stick around, because today we are going to fix that. I'm going to show you that you don't need a massive vocabulary to sound fluent, you just need to change how you say what you already know. So, welcome back. I am super hyped to get into this topic because it's something I hear about all the time. Everyone wants to know the secret sauce to fluency. First off, let's bust a myth. A lot of people think being fluent means speaking fast, like, really fast. But that is actually not true. If you speak a mile a minute but nobody understands you, that's not fluency, that's just noise. Think of fluency like a river. A river doesn't always rush, sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's fast, but it's always moving. It's smooth. It flows around rocks. That is what we are aiming for. We want you to sound smooth, relaxed, and natural. We are going to break this down into some really simple steps that you can start using literally today. Step 1. The magic of contractions. Alright, let's jump into the first major tip, and honestly, this is the biggest game changer. It's called contractions. Now, I know that sounds like a grammar term from a boring textbook, but it's actually just squishing two words together. Here is the deal. In school, textbooks teach you to say things like, I am happy or it is a nice day, and technically, that is correct English. But in the real world, in the streets of New York or Los Angeles, nobody talks like that unless they are really mad or trying to be super formal. If you say I am going to the store, you sound a little bit stiff. To sound like a local, you have to use the short version. I'm going to the store. It's the same with negatives. Instead of I do not like coffee, just say I don't like coffee. Instead of I cannot go, say I can't go. It sounds so simple, right? But I promise you, if you record yourself speaking, you might be surprised at how often you use the long, robotic version, because that's how you learn to read. But reading and speaking are two different vibes. When you use contractions like I'm, you're, he's, don't, want to, you instantly sound friendlier. It makes the listener feel like you are comfortable with them. So, rule number 1, don't be a robot. Squish those words together. Step 2, connecting your ideas. Okay, moving on. The next thing that kills fluency is what I call bullet point speaking. This is when you say short, choppy sentences. I like pizza. I like burgers. I don't like salad. That is a broken bar. Okay, I understand you, but it sounds like a grocery list, not a conversation. To sound fluent, you need to build bridges between your ideas. We need connecting words. You guys probably know the basics, and, but, so, because. These are your best friends. Instead of those 3 short sentences, try this. I like pizza and burgers, but I really don't like salad. See how that flows? It's one thought, not 3. It has a rhythm. Let's try another one. Maybe you had a long day. Don't just say, I am tired. I worked a lot. Connect them. I'm super tired because I worked a lot today. Using because adds a layer of depth. It shows you aren't just stating facts, you are explaining your feelings. It makes you sound smart. And honestly, how to speak English fluently isn't about knowing big, fancy words. It's about using these small connecting words to glue your simple thoughts together. That is the real secret. Step 3, the power of fillers. Now, this next tip might make your old English teacher mad, but I'm going to tell you anyway because it's the truth. To sound natural, you need to use filler words. You know how sometimes your brain just stops working? You forget a word, or you need a second to think. In school, they tell you to never say or but in real casual conversation, everyone does it. Even native speakers. Silence is awkward. If I ask you, what's your favorite movie? And you just stare at me in silence for 5 seconds while you think a broken bar, that gets weird. I might think you didn't hear me. Instead, use that time to make a sound. Use words like, Well, a broken bar, actually a broken bar, you know, a broken bar. Let me see a broken bar. So if I ask, what's your favorite movie? You can say, well, let me see a broken bar. I think it's probably The Avengers. That well, let me see bought you 2 seconds of thinking time, and it sounded totally fluent. It signals to the other person, hey, I heard you. I'm just thinking. Actually is another great one. It makes you sound confident. Actually, I don't really like spicy food. It sounds way better than just I don't like spicy food. And you know is super common in the US. We use it to get the other person to agree with us. It's really hot today, you know. It makes the chat feel like a two-way street. So don't be afraid to be a little messy with your speech. Real English isn't perfect, it's human. Step 4. Making mistakes is cool. Speaking of being messy, let's talk about confidence. A huge reason people don't sound fluent is fear. You are so scared of making a grammar mistake that you pause, you correct yourself, and you apologize. I go a broken bar. No, sorry, I went a broken bar to the store. Stop doing that. Seriously, just keep going. Fluency is about the flow. Remember, if you hit a rock in the river, the water doesn't stop and go back, it just goes around it. If you say he go to the shop instead of he goes, guess what? I understood you. It's fine. If you stop the whole conversation to fix that one letter, you kill the vibe. You ruin the flow. Native speakers make mistakes too. We stumble, we say the wrong word, but we just laugh and keep moving. If you speak with confidence, if you stand tall, smile, and look people in the eye, they won't even notice your grammar mistakes. They are focusing on your story, not your verb conjugation. So, fake it till you make it. Act confident, and you will sound fluent. Step 5. Rhythm and music. Now, let's get into the sound of the language. This is something people often overlook. English has a beat. It has a rhythm. Kind of like music. We don't say every word with the same volume or speed. We have something called stress. We make the important words louder and longer, and the unimportant words quieter and faster. Listen to this sentence. I want to buy a car. I don't say, I want to buy a car. That sounds like a GPS navigation system. I say, I want to buy a car. The important words are want, buy, and car. The little words like to and a get super small. They almost disappear. Try to listen to the music of English. When you watch Netflix or listen to podcasts, don't just listen to the definitions of the words. Listen to the up and down. Listen to the emotion. If you can copy that rhythm, you are going to sound so much more like a native speaker. It takes practice, but it's fun. It's like learning a song. Step 6. Linking words. And that leads me to the last big technical tip, linking. This is how to improve English speaking instantly. We talked about contractions earlier, but linking is when we connect words across the whole sentence. We love to smoosh words together. If a word ends with a hard sound and the next one starts with a vowel, we connect them. Take the phrase, check it out. We don't say check it out. We say, check it out. It sounds like one long word. Check it out. Or, pick it up. We say, pick it up. Or even, an apple. It sounds like an apple. When you start linking your words like this, your speech becomes slippery in a good way. It glides. This is why sometimes native speakers sound like they are speaking fast. We aren't necessarily speaking fast, we are just connecting everything so there are no breaks. Practical exercise. So, we covered a lot. Contractions, connectors, fillers, confidence, rhythm, and linking. I know it sounds like a lot to remember. Here is my advice. Don't try to do it all at once. Pick one thing. Maybe for the next couple of days, just focus on contractions. Every time you speak, make sure you say I'm and don't. Once you get used to that, add the connecting words. And you need to practice this out loud. You can't just think about it. You have to train your mouth muscles. Talk to yourself in the mirror. I know it feels silly, but it works. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, how's it going? And answer, I'm doing pretty good, you know. Talk to your dog. Talk to your cat. My cat is the best listener in the world. She never corrects my grammar. She just wants food. But it helps me get comfortable hearing my own voice in English. You can also use what we call the shadowing technique. Put on a movie or a YouTube video, play a sentence, pause it, and then try to say it exactly how they said it. Copy their speed, their emotion, their linking. Be an actor. Guys, learning a language is a journey. It's not going to happen overnight, and that is totally okay. But if you stop trying to be perfect and start trying to be natural, you will see a massive difference. Remember, the goal isn't to sound like a textbook. The goal is to connect with people, to share your ideas, to make friends. Use the fillers, use the slang, make the mistakes. It's all part of the process. You have totally got this. I believe in you. Just take it one step at a time, keep it chill, and keep the conversation flowing like that river we talked about. Alright, that is it for today's session. I really hope these tips help you feel more confident when you speak. If you found this video helpful, do me a huge favor, smash that like button. It really helps the channel out and lets me know you want more content like this. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for 10-Minute English Academy. We are dropping new tips and tricks every single week to help you master English in the easiest, most fun way possible. Also, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment down below. Tell me, what is one filler word you are going to start using? Is it actually? Is it you know? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Keep practicing, stay awesome, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.